Hello class. Today I'm going to walk you through the project for this class. You will also receive a handout with these instructions, but I want to make sure that you understand everything, and sometimes seeing it is the best way to learn. Throughout this course, you're going to develop a training project. It's going to be one of these topics, or you can propose a new topic. It should be a short training program that can be addressed in 10 to 15 minutes. You can choose to create a training program around COVID policies, around harassment, around customer service, cybersecurity, any of the topics that HR will typically send down to employees to take. You're also going to be able to see some examples online. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to create a free trial membership for a program called Articulate Rise. And so the first thing you're going to do is go to this website right here. Let me open it up for you. And this is what you're going to see. So what you're going to need to do is give them your email, create a password, and you can add a phone number. I have never received a phone call or text messages, and you'll see at a later point that you can opt out of anything like that. But basically, you're going to do this, and then you're going to receive an email which asks you to validate your email. Once you do that, you're going to come back to this page, log in, and click on Activate Articulate 360 Trial. Note that when you first set up your trial, you're going to need to manage email preferences. And this is where it's going to be. Under email preferences, I choose to not receive any emails or text messages. And then you'll be able to activate your free trial. Once you activate your free trial, you're going to see various sample trainings pop up. Let me show you what they look like here. Okay, so see that I have created a free trial. I have 4 weeks remaining on my trial, which should be just about enough time for you to do this if you are doing this in week 3 of our course. There are several templates that you can use here. You'll be able to look through all the different courses and maybe select one that you would like to create. For example, you may decide that you want to create a training program for your organization on diversity, equity, and inclusion. So you will select this template and voila, an entire course pops up for you. If you scroll down, you'll see that there's an introduction, there's some learning experience, there's some key definitions. So basically, this is a sample training course for you to look at. What I want to really highlight here is you're going to use this as a template. However, all the content in this course must be your own. So you're going to edit this course to create your own course. And the way you're going to do it is very simple. For example, right here, you're going to start by changing the title of your course. So, diversity training course for XYZ, whatever your organization is. And under author, your name will appear. You can choose to hide the author as well if you want. You're going to start off with some kind of introduction. And again, to edit, all you do is go in here, delete, and start typing whatever you want, okay? One of the things that I do want you to have in your introduction are your outcomes, which you have created for your course. All right, going down, you're going to see that in this particular example, there happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4 lessons or modules. For the purpose of this course, you only need to create one module. So what that means is you can go here and, sorry, let me go back. You can go here and you can delete the lessons that you don't want by clicking on this little trash button right here. See that? So I can delete this entire module if I want. Or I can keep pieces of it. There's going to be a lot more in here that you will need, but it's a good idea to kind of look through it and get some ideas. The other thing is that your project does ask you to put in an assessment. So make sure that when you get to this section on review, reflect, and assess, you have some kind of quiz or some kind of assessment. One of the things you can do, let me open this here and edit content so you can see this. You can change, if they already have some kind of quiz in here, you can change that by editing it here, okay? So this is a kind of assessment that you can edit. You can also click on this plus button, which means you can add something. So maybe I want to add a knowledge check. I can add a multiple choice question. I can add a chart if I would like to. I can add a list. So when you reach the end of the lesson, after you've deleted what you don't want, obviously, you can always click on this check, on this plus mark, and add what you want. So I know this is a very quick overview of the use of Articulate, but I think you will find that it's pretty user-friendly and that if you take a few hours to kind of play around with it, you will be able to get through it pretty quickly. It's kind of like creating a website. And going back to our project, once you've done that, you can then begin your actual planning. The first deliverable that you're going to have in this project is a business case, which will be a 2 to 3 page memo to your HR director or to your CEO, explaining what kind of training program you're going to create and how this training program can support your organization's strategic goals and address the needs gap among the employees. In the handout, you'll see the criteria and the rubric for grading. In week 5, you're going to prepare a training plan document. This training plan document is going to lay out all the steps of your training program and will follow the ADDIE process, which you will learn about in your course. Let me give you a look at that training plan. It's called the ADDIE worksheet. And basically, this is what you're going to fill out for your deliverable. The first phase of ADDIE is analyze. There's some questions in the analysis. The second phase of ADDIE is design, where you create your outcomes and decide on your instructional methods and how you're going to assess the learners. The third phase is develop, and this is where you're actually going to develop the content that goes into your course. The fourth phase is implement, and this will actually be when you put that content into your Articulate Rise site, and this is considered your prototype. You will then get some feedback on your prototype, and that will give you an opportunity to perhaps go back and make some changes. And the last step of the ADDIE process is evaluate, which means how are you going to evaluate the effectiveness of your training program? Typically, this is done by a survey or a questionnaire, but there are also different levels of training evaluation, as you will see when we study Kirkpatrick's model in this course. And so put some thought into what kind of feedback you're going to get from your learners in order to evaluate the effectiveness of your training program. Again, I know this is a very quick overview, but I want you to reach out to your faculty if you have any questions. This will be a project that will go on for the entire 8 weeks, but you do need to have some good time management strategies in place so that you can not fall behind and be able to deliver the final module or training program by the end of week 7. I think you'll enjoy this project, and I look forward to seeing your work.